Okay, guys, so yesterday I was reminded by a training course about a thing called floating tanks, and I have heard about that in the past. I thought it's a very interesting idea, and I googled it, and I just booked the first appointment for today, and I'm wondering what it's going to be like. Let's see. Okay, so I'm really nervous and excited, which manifests by me being on time, and everybody who knows me knows that I'm never on time, but here we are, nervous and excited. So I'm wearing a swimming suit. I think this will be useful, but I don't know for sure because I haven't even really googled that. So yeah, I hope it is useful. Let's see what happens and let's get there safe. I think I made it. We are almost there. Lift next level floats. How do I get up there? Oh, here we are. Okay, so this is how it looks like. It's very much like a sauna thing, and you're in here alone, and there's water in there, and yeah, it will be fun. Shower. They recommend using earplugs, but those are some of the best earplugs I ever had. That's good. This was really awesome. I already miss this place. Okay, time for me to turn on the mobile phone and go back to the usual. Okay, so that was it. Now back to the noise and speediness. So this was pretty cool. One amazing thing you could notice is this weird feeling when your eyes were closed, and that was natural. The darkness was natural when your eyes were closed, but when you were opening them, there was this strange reaction of what the hell is going on? My eyes are open and there is no light, something that very rarely happens. So this was pretty cool new experience. In terms of lack of noise, there wasn't... Okay, it was not absolute, but it was much better than usually, obviously. Wow, look at this. Beautiful. Right now, for example, it's super noisy. Okay, in there was almost no noise, but still you can hear sometimes stepping on the stairs or another tank emptying, so it was not complete noise. And also, if you wanted, you could hum, sing a song, and this could effectively create sounds if you wanted. So nothing really scary about this. I don't know, at least I didn't find anything scary, but I can understand that some people might freak out every now and then. But I guess that whoever would freak out there would freak out with a little bit of insomnia as well. So late in the night, so late in the night, if you can't sleep and you spend like 3-4 hours in bed, you would certainly freak out much worse than any anxiety this dark place could cause you. I think it depends a lot on on the person, of course. One thing that I loved, and it was pretty unique, was this pinging and ponging back and forth on the area. So you could apply some force and then you would float for, 20 seconds and reach the other side of the container. And what makes this super unique is that because there is almost no friction in there, you could apply tiny pieces of force and then you would float for 20-30 seconds or more, whereas typically you could just push a little bit and reach the other side in 1 second. So it's like ping pong, and I really love that one. It makes you have a weird sense of time and expectations about time and movement and space. And this is exactly what I wrote when I left the place on this notebook. Great idea, by the way.
So physics kind of teaches that time is just a fourth dimension like the other three basically. But I could never imagine time without space. I could never experience time unless there was change in space. On the other hand, I can't imagine space without time. So there is an asymmetry in there that I guess I have heard in some lecture one day, but I kind of really felt it there. I really understood that concept, I think.
Okay. The thing that I loved the most was, of course, that liquid. That liquid wasn't exactly water, but it was perfectly oily. I just love that sense of that thing. It was absolutely brilliant. Woo. Nice buildings. In terms of meditation, that place, I think it's quite typical, to be honest. Like, it was very difficult to meditate in there as well as in any other place. I think it might be somewhat better, but anyway, you need to get used to it. You need to exercise that. Nothing like instant meditation, at least for me. But a very nice place, nevertheless. All you guys in that traffic, you should go get a float. It will make you feel much better. Okay, so back to the topic. In terms of attention, this place is pretty awesome because if you're all the time used to social media or something, obviously over there you have very little stimulus. So actually whatever you're perceiving in there is just either a thought or a feeling or a sensation. It's certainly not your mobile dinging or something like that, and certainly this can elevate anxieties. I can see that for sure. So yeah, pretty awesome in terms of limiting your attention. Wow. In terms of resting, certainly I couldn't fall asleep in there, but that might be just because I was super excited to be there. Maybe if I get used to it more, I will sleep, and I will have a great sleep in there. I could see how this could happen. One more interesting observation is that I thought that I would lose sense of time, but this didn't happen actually. I think I had good sense of the time most of the time, and when I thought this would be end, it was about on the mark. And finally, in terms of all those kind of metaphysics or connecting to the universe or things like that, I don't know, it didn't happen to me, but I guess if you're a person that this happens often to them, it will highly likely happen to you there. In general, there is so much darkness there that you can see whatever you want. So I think it's a good idea not to go there with a pack of problems to solve. It would be kind of waste of time. Although I have to say I tried to do that for a minute or two, and it didn't kind of work out. Like, I have to say that somehow this experience makes things, big burning problems of everyday type seem somewhat smaller and insignificant. And probably that's a fact just out of the lack of triggers, right? So everyday problems. You see your computer, you go, oh, I have to do this and that, but in there you don't see any such thing, you don't have the trigger, so the problem becomes less burning, which is a good thing. And that's more or less it, like a great experience, like a sauna with some extras. So I think this is for everybody. Just go do it. It's a great experience, and then do it again and again. I can see how this can fit in an everyday schedule of some people. Yeah, great idea. Go do that. So that's all for now. Thanks for watching. Okay, so here is a pro tip. Don't get too excited and forget to get your keys with you, because otherwise you will be locked out and you will have no one to blame. And that's my top tip. Don't get that excited. Otherwise you will have to find a way to kill 2 hours.